What's up? Welcome back to Zandemonium, and today we're talking about the series Ironheart. And y'all, this probably was the worst series that Disney has put out yet. This was a hard series to get through. The way they released it was 3 episodes one week and 3 episodes the following week. And that was on purpose. Let me tell you why. Ain't no way I would have waited 6 weeks to watch this whole series. They tried to get this series out as fast as they could, and I'm convinced that the timing of this series is it was put out so that we can forget about it because we're going into Fantastic Four. This was a hard series. Let me tell you. I mean, from the beginning, I had not high hopes for this series. I was just hoping that we would get a good series. In Wakanda Forever, I didn't feel like the portrayal of Riri was bad. I didn't like the suit at all. It looked like something from late 90s, like Power Rangers suit. I didn't like it. I was like, okay, some time has passed since Wakanda Forever. They got the pushback on that suit. Let me give this series a try. And woo, it was rough. From the beginning, let me go back to the beginning. I went off on a tangent, but Riri Williams got a full ride to MIT through Tony Stark's, where she had a specifically designed curriculum for her, and she had the backing of Tony Stark's company, and she also had her own department in MIT. And what does she do? She sells the answers to tests under the table to all the people that can buy it, even from different schools, for money. I mean, right off the bat, we get that her moral compass is just shot. It's off. Why are you selling for pennies, nickels, and dimes when you have a full ride to MIT where you can sell just one of your technologies and become a billionaire? There's no backstory of her family struggling. There's no backstory of her not being able to eat. She's just doing it to do it. She ends up getting kicked out of MIT, which is understandable for what she's doing with the opportunity that she has. She goes back to Chicago. She just walks into the apartment where her mom and friends are. Her mom is not questioning her on anything about, like, why are you not at MIT? Why are you messing up this opportunity? The mom wants to be the best friend, and Riri gives her nothing. Let me tell you, I can't talk to my mama like that. I can't talk to my grandma like that. If I tried to talk to my grandma the way Riri talked to her mom, let me tell you, it went so far into trying to be so hip and black that's the part that they got wrong. You just can't talk to your parents like that. I don't know. Maybe that's a new thing or something, but that didn't fly in my household when I was growing up. Quickly, she had to find something else to do. She hasn't told anybody that she got kicked out of MIT, but she's dead set on creating her own suit, which, okay, that's a plot hole there. Why do you want to create this suit? And when anybody gives her pushback on it, she says, because she can. Because she can. That's it. That's all she says when asked, why do you want to build this suit so bad? Of course, she doesn't have any money. She got kicked out of MIT. She gets approached by this guy that definitely is a part of an illegal gang, and she immediately accepts it. Is this a villain origin or a hero origin? I don't understand what's going on in this series at this point. So she shows up to the meeting. She doesn't want anybody to get hurt. Okay, they're not gonna hurt anybody. The whole gang is all set up around, we want to show the city who we are. We're the misfits of the city, and we want to show the billionaires and millionaires who we are and get our slice of the pie. That's their whole motivation, which is crazy. She joins. They don't supposed to hurt anybody. Their first mission, they bust up into the control room and start throwing people into desk, and that's quickly out the window that they're not going to hurt anybody. And Riri is a part of this. Let me not be so negative all the way through. I did like the actor that played the Hood. I felt he did a great job. We kind of got more of his origin story than we did Riri. This series really disappointed me. Here's another part. So we got the morality out the window. We're introduced to Riri she's creating another iron suit to be a part of this gang because they need her iron suit to complete this mission. So in doing so, she has to create an AI to help her once she powers up the iron suit. So she falls asleep with the probes on her head, and the AI creates her best friend that passed away, that got killed in the drive-by. So instantly, the AI comes, as a hologram, and the AI wants us to believe that they're a real person and it has feelings. And all throughout this show, they're trying to convince me to have sympathy and have emotions towards an AI of her dead best friend. The best friend had a brother, and the brother saw the AI and he felt like it was super disrespectful. I was like, that part of the show was probably the best part of the show, just showing somebody in the show that had sense. What are we doing? Trying to make AI more human than human beings. Just throughout the whole show, it's just Riri trying to make money, messing over everybody that she comes across. We get the guy, I forgot his name, that she meets, and he has the bunker and everything. That's how forgettable these characters are. But he had the bunker and all that, and he thought that he found a friend, and she does things. She didn't care about anybody but herself. If you think I'm rambling, this is how the series went. Nothing was being put together. Nothing was building up to anything. We kind of knew what was going to happen at the end. But let me skip to the end, because this series is not a series that I want to turn on again. At the end, the hood figures out that Riri was one of the reasons that his best friend died, and I don't even want to get into the plot of everything. He, to get his powers, made a deal with Mephisto. And if you know anything about the Marvel Comics, Mephisto will grant you wishes or whatever. He's like a portrayal of the devil, making a deal with the devil. And you lose your soul. You lose who you are. So she fights the hood and sees that he just turns into this gremlin devil thing. And she defeats him, goes downstairs, meets Mephisto, and basically makes the same deal to bring her dead friend back to life. We saw that Natalie came back and she was a real person. So I'm sitting there like, what show did I just watch? Was it a superhero show? What redeeming qualities did Riri have? Like, this just looks like somebody that's super selfish and wanted what she wanted. Of course, she went through drama, but we all do. A hero show is supposed to show you going above and beyond just a normal person and being able to fight through all the things that we deal with in life and be able to become heroic. And it looked like we just got a villain. They introduced the whole magic aspect of the Marvel universe, I guess, and they might be doing like another spinoff from that. I didn't like that either. Like, just even the magic part of it, it's just everything just felt forced and unnecessary, and like they just needed screen time to fill out a show. And this series, especially after watching Superman and what James Gunn is doing with the DC universe, Marvel is at a crossroads. And I know they've been at a crossroads for a long time, but this was not it. This was not it at all. I'm hoping that Fantastic Four can redeem the Marvel universe and get us set back on track. But this was a major L. It doesn't make me excited for any series coming up. I'm at a loss for words for what Marvel is doing right now. Here's the thing. The comics were already written. You just have to know how to adapt it to the screen and be able to. You can definitely put your own spin on it, or a modern day spin or something like that, but you don't have to recreate everything for an agenda. Like, stop forcing stuff in our face. Like, the whole AI thing was just so weird to me. Like, why try to force me to emotionally connect to an AI that's not even real, and especially an AI of your dead best friend? That feels so disrespectful to her family. But yeah, that yeah, that's it. Hopefully Marvel can redeem themselves. But I do all types of content like this. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.